Alright, I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I've been playing a lot of Generation Zero and some other games. I do plan on bringing a new game, doing some more videos soon. Uh, but I've also been preparing for Diablo 4, and one of the guys I've been watching is Asmongold. I've seen so many comments on this guy. I just wanted to share my thoughts with you because I think some people are being ridiculous. But I'm going to go over this video of him commenting over what other people were commenting on him, right? So I'm going to start that real quick here.
The top post on the front page of the Diablo 4 subreddit is called Stop Listening to Asmon. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Every video I ever seen of this dude reviewing games and classes is just him complaining.
I'm going to stop right there. And I have watched this video before. I'm just going back over it with y'all as I discuss this stuff. But he's not all complaints, first off. We'll go probably into that more in a little bit. But whenever you are playing a game, the first thing that pops out is the complaints. You're going to have complaints. If something's good, at the end of it, you're going to say, hey, that was pretty good. And that'll be the end of it, right? Or, hey, that was good, or hey, that was good. But usually you have complaints. That is the things that pop out at you the most.
Is too weak. This feature sucks. Pretty sure his whole gimmick is to complain. Necros don't suck. Druid can absolutely wreck.
Okay. Maybe later in the game, and you might have a really good build that works for you. This is also his opinion on stuff. And if the Necros weren't nerfed so bad that they needed a buff, the developers wouldn't have buffed them in the middle of the beta.
There's been videos to prove it. Diablo is meant to be kinda difficult. Play your build. Play around your style.
I also don't think that he would have a problem with the game being difficult and the characters being the level that they are, if it was a balanced game. That's the issue that he's playing. He's playing one character that feels completely overpowered, or even the Necro originally felt overpowered because your minions would not die and they would tank everything for you. And then all of a sudden, you get a class that can't do any damage. You're doing, 1,000 damage, 700 damage, even with these low-level characters. And then you go over to the Druid and you're doing literally 7 damage, 12 damage, 13 damage. There's a huge gap here. If all the characters did 12 or 13 damage, the game would feel hard. If all the characters are doing hundreds of damage, and you have one or two characters doing 12 or 13 damage, that's not the game's how it's supposed to feel. That's just one character being underpowered.
Stop letting Asmon ruin the game for you. That's right, gentlemen.
Okay, I'm gonna stop here again. He's just sharing his opinion. If somebody's opinion is ruining a game for you, stop listening. It's not hard.
I have ruined Diablo 4. So this post right here received 1.4 thousand updates, and it received, even more importantly, over 1,000 comments. Let's see what they have to say. 99% certain Asmon just doesn't enjoy video games anymore, and he only plays them because he's too addicted to having an audience that idolizes his angry, gamer nerd persona to take the money he's earned from streaming and retire and do something he actually does enjoy.
I honestly think the guy enjoys it. I've seen him have fun with some of these character builds. He's like, oh, I'm going to do this, we do that. And, that's just... They're hearing the complaints, and his personality isn't necessarily the best, and I say that only because I've seen where he'll be streaming and he will say things against his viewers, like, I can't even give an example off the top of my head, but it's usually when people are in chat, they say something stupid, he calls them out on that, right? And he's even cursed at him, and honestly, that's probably, if we all knew it was being chatted, we'd think the same thing. We might not say it, but we definitely think it.
That is crazy. It has nothing to do with any objective analysis that I provided on the class. These are just all personal insults and about how I'm bad at video games.
Okay, nobody's perfect in video games. You put something on stream, everyone's gonna see all your mistakes. You're putting yourself out there. That doesn't mean he's bad at games because he didn't do everything perfect. Diablo 4 is not even out yet, people. It's not out yet, and they're giving him a hard time for not being the perfect professional at it. I mean, yeah, and other games too. You make mistakes. I think I'm a pretty good player. I see mistakes every time I play. That doesn't make me a bad player. I'm not the best out there, but everyone makes mistakes. That doesn't make you a horrible player. And maybe he doesn't have the best build yet, or he doesn't know how to run a certain ability just right. You know? Maybe that's not for him. It's not his style. People do things differently. He might be just dinking around having fun with it. Instead people are like, oh, you hate the game, you're a bad player. He's putting himself out there and just trying to have fun and share the experience and make a little money with it, with the streaming.
What's this here? He cheeses his way through every Souls game, thinks he's a god. I noticed he only plays Path of Exile off stream, probably because he's ass. Well, I cleared the whole thing. I built the most complicated build in the entire game on stream. Explaining it would take an hour. I played through Elden Ring 3 different ways, and somehow every single way is cheating. He likes feeling overpowered, and that just ain't feeling you get on Druid and Necro at level 20. Asmongold sims are wild. No, Druid being so bad it is ruining the game is not a valid opinion, because it is hyperbolic and not actually true. I watched him play Warframe once, and he acted like he was actually a real solid player. When his stream gifted him 3 years of content, man couldn't even bullet jump. I didn't know. When did I play Warframe?
I don't know.
When did I do that? Do you play Warframe? I didn't think so. Do you guys remember? Did I forget this?
Could be out there.
Bro, look at this thing here. Not Druid builds. Everybody was playing on Druid, but I went full Earth build with Poison Creeper to get the immobilized for the crit landslide charges. And it was not only a blast, but it was pretty darn strong. I had no problem in the level 30 Stronghold killing mobs and elites with only yellows and not a single Earth legendary. Wow. Wow. You know what? Any other class could have done that easier. It's the worst class. Druid is by far the worst class. Does that mean you can't do anything with Druid? No, it doesn't.
Later.
It's like here, but let's say that you have 2 people that are running a race. One person has 1 leg, and the other person has 2 legs. The person with 1 leg will probably eventually get over the finish line. Does that mean that you should want to have 1 leg and not 2 legs? I would say not. And so we are at the point now where there is a 1,000 post thread on Reddit, the top post on the front page, or at least it was earlier, about how I'm wrong and I'm bad for making a change. For complaining about something that the developers hot fixed. It was so bad.
They did.
That's right. That's where we're at.
I think these people commenting on this are the ones who are just looking to complain. Or they don't know. Or they might honestly think that, but that... I think the guy likes games, and he's not all saying negative stuff. Like, how dare he say these negative things? He was saying plenty of positive stuff, too. He loved the Barbarian spin build. And people are like, oh, he just likes overpowered stuff. Who doesn't like to feel overpowered in games? Every time you play a game, you're probably trying to make the most powerful character, the best character you can, do the best you can do. That's what you're going for. Right? The only time that's not the case is if you want that harder, more difficult, challenging experience, and then you generally look for the weakest thing and work your way and try to see what you can do with that. Him wanting to be overpowered, and he enjoys it. He does enjoy it. I do. I don't know why you would complain about that. And then him complaining about the things that are unbalanced and broken, or at least appear to be to him. I do think when he first played Barbarian, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, unless someone else streamed, they complained about it because like you're up in the front, you're dying too easily, it's too weak, and then oh, now we got a good build for it. Hey, this is actually working. This is fun and overpowered. Sometimes it's just the build. This is the initial reaction. Again, the game is not out yet, people, and he's playing the beta. He's just getting his first initial impressions. We can't even do full characters. This is early on. Asmon, if you're watching this, keep making the good videos, man. You don't listen to the haters. There's plenty of them out there. I appreciate your work. Uh, yeah, again, you can watch what you say if somebody says something dumb, so you don't say screw him, on stream. But shy of that, good work.